Hello, 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 and good morning, and welcome back. Oh, we are on a craft and chat day. We need to get back to our skinny Botanical Garden journal, and lots to do, so I won't talk too much, but welcome. This is Jolene with the Jewel Design, and we're crafting today. It stopped raining. It's super cold, though. We have a wind chill factor, which will keep the snow on the hills and the mountains right now, which is, we'll talk about that later, but that's crazy. If you live in California right now, every mountain range in California, or hill range even, if you're anything above 1,000 feet, has been dusted with snow. And we keep getting rain, and it's still cold, so it's still snow, which is awesome. I mean, we need the rain because we need the rain and we need the snow, otherwise we're in drought season again, and no pretty grass or flowers this week, or this month. Year. Spring, yeah. Spring won't be very pretty if we don't, keep getting the rain. So anyway, we have Craft and Chat, we have Skinny Tri-Fold Journal, and a little Happy Mail. So we'll start with a Happy Mail. Rhoda Burks on YouTube, Rhoda6666, I believe, on Instagram, has been doing all the wonderful challenges. I give her props because I can't keep up with any of them, so I don't even try. But she's been making all kinds of cute things, and she sent me a cute little care package as a thank you, which is funny because I was thanking her because this woman has been awesome about, taking my journals and taking my kits and making these wonderful journals out of them. And she's used 3 or 4 kits now, and I know she's going to make a attempt at the Botanical Garden. So it was sweet. So we were swapping goodies. I was giving her digitals, and she was giving me handmade ones. So she sent me all kinds of cute little things. We got a little tuck pocket here, through a tri-fold, and I'm assuming, because I didn't watch how it was being created, I'm going to wrap it around a page and glue it down in the green version of this kit. Once I figure out what pages are going to go in here, I'm going to, see it's blank, I'm actually going to glue it down as a pocket, because I think it just fits, so that it opens up. We have a pocket here, we have a pocket on the back side of the page. It has all kinds of cute already little pockets in it, so maybe I'll add more goodies to it. And that way, it opens this way, and of course, the way she did this, we have another tuck space here. So I'll add some of my botanicals to this, and I think it's going to be a great around the page, pocket tuck, in this little signature, since it just fits, and I love how the green looks really good with this. So we're gonna add that. So she was hoping, I'll have to put her name on it too, so we know that she made it. So we've got that first and foremost. So I'm really stoked about that. I was trying to figure out what to do with it, because I was like, well, I can just stick it in a pocket, and yes, you could write on the back white part, but I was like, nah, that's no fun. And then I got this cute little pink and wood envelope pocket. See, isn't that cute? I love how she has it backed. Oh, it's glued down. Is it glued down? Oops. Oh, it's meant to be. Maybe. Well, I'm ungluing it because I may put something in it. I love it. I don't think it meant to glue down by accident. So, anyway, cute little pocket with a ribbon. Absolutely love all that. Little dance. Oh, I remember her, the broken hearts with the Band-Aid and stuff on it. Oh, I caught her making this one. Or at least the Scrappy's cup part of that. I just realized. I'm like, the Band-Aid. Oh, that's right. Lovely sort of teal or not teal, but cream and black and white tag, which I have a black and white kit, so I may tack that aside and put that one in there. This one's great. This is, I don't know if this is hers or if it's a 1-page pocket tuck. I know that much. It's supposed to be one. I think it's supposed to be. I don't know. I think it can be a 1-page, but I think she did it in strips to use up stuff. So you have all these lovely pockets, which I love the colors. I'll have to find a fun journal for that one. There's this gorgeous blue one. Now this would go with my blue Victorian kit. Oh my gosh. Absolutely love it. It's got the, one of my favorite overlays. Isn't that pretty? But you wrap it around a page, I guess. I don't know. I guess I could either glue it down here and make it a tuck, or wrap it around a page so it actually opens up. So this would be what would be glued down to the page. So yeah, I'd probably do the same thing. Get a piece of paper here somewhere. If this was your paper, you would, glue it down so you could open it, see the rest of the page, and on the back side you would glue it and tuck it in, just like we did. What we're gonna do actually in my other journal, we're gonna do the same thing with an envelope, and so I'm gonna probably do that. But I still have all the blue Victorian kit, and this is just a gorgeous big old card. So this would look gorgeous in the blue Victorian kit. Yummy. Love it. And then it's just a cute little journal card, which this one I'm very tempted to cut this one out, and we'll put it in the green and use it in the green and yellow Botanical Kit. So, yeah, a little cute little piece. I think she was using it to make sure this didn't get squished in any way. So I was like, oh, well, ephemera's ephemera. Hold on, guys. Sorry. I'm trying to put it away and it's getting caught. So anyway, all these little things, gorgeous pieces. Can't wait to do some of them. So yeah, that one's going to go in the Blue Victorian. I've got one that's going to go in my black and white. And then, I don't know where this one's going to go. It's really cute. I love it. So that'll be a fun page piece. So I'll have to put it in the front of my accordion and leave it there as a piece of. And then these pink pieces are absolutely adorable. I love that one though. The broken heart with the band-aid and oh, Hope You Dance. That's my first thought came in my mind. I just realized that I Hope You Dance from, gosh, which country singer is that one? Anyway, pretty happy mail. Love it. Thank you so much, Rhoda. That was so sweet of you. And I was watching her flip through this morning on her channel with her fairy journal, and she was mentioning a waterfall journal card thing she put on a page. I went back 3 days ago, watched that, and we're going to add that to one of the journals. So I'm all stoked about that. I love when I find something and it's like, ooh, well, let's play with that. So little things to do real quick. The inside of the first signature, I went ahead and used the strip that we had to cut off of this one, glued it in here as a belly band, as you can see. This was something left over, so I sort of glued it together, and we'll keep adding to it. But we had this mishap with the printer, so I want to do a little gluing for that. The big thing today will be getting the collage pieces to the bottom flap of this cover, because I want to get that done. So that once I decide what the pocket is going to be on the journal, then I can glue that down. But until I get that page those pages covered, really don't have a lot going on. Now, this one I think I can go all the way across with. But I think the other one I'm going to have to cut in pieces because it's going to get too thick in the middle and it's going to make it a little complicated. So yeah, this one I can do. This one's thin. This is just a pink, thin Dollar Tree tulle, like ribbon. I love it because I think I have it in green. I have it in pink. I don't think I have it in green. I think it's in green and pink right now. And I love it because it's light, and I love just the lightness of it. But because it's light, it shouldn't give me any issues in the middle when I'm sewing in the signature or the, I'm just gonna casually cut that. That's fine. There we go. Little pieces. Oh my gosh. I'm just gathering little tool pieces here for sure. Got little ribbons. I've got things left over from the spring tag I did last week. Oh my goodness. So yes, I am cutting this one a little close again. It seems like my Thursdays I don't get to right away, and I do a bunch of filming on Wednesday and get through into the next week, but then I have to start all over again. So yeah, these I think I'm just going to cut enough to where it just sits in the middle of each section, because if I do anything else, I think it's just going to, I think it's going to get bunchy, and I'm not going to like that. I don't really want it to bunch up. I don't want to cut, but I may just cut those straight in the middle. There we go. And then do the edges, like I said, sort of haphazard. But I did a lot of this when we were doing the flip-flop journal in the winter for the Christmas one. Did a lot of lace and ribbon and stuff on the top of the pages, especially when we had a lot of things that were folding down. And I didn't want to fold these down because it'd be upside down, so I just decided it would be easier to use it as a pocket. So I don't remember exactly where I left off with you guys. So if things seem really confusing and you want to know why or how I got to this point, I will link the review of the kit that started the process of this. I will link it at the end of this video. You can go back and look at the reveal of the kit and the making. The second half, the last 40 minutes of the digital reveal is the lovely Craft Along With Me. So, how I got to the point that I'm at. I try not to do too much off camera, but I was like, well, I gotta do what I have to do to get to the next point, with you guys. So yeah, if you live in California, oh my gosh, how are we feeling about all the snow? When I was doing the last recording, the rain was going to start on Wednesday and go through the weekend. We got a lot of hail on Wednesday. Thursday was a lot quieter than we expected. But then Friday, it did rain. It poured. But it did start a massive chain effect, throughout the weekend. Really cold rain for us meant snow up anything above 1,000 feet. That's all it took. I have friends out in the country side here who are at 900, so snow seemed really close to them. I was like, man, oh my gosh, right? Acquaintances down in LA who, are seeing just a horde of snow on this, they're looking at the freeway and there's just this snow in front of them. Diablo is over by San Francisco, Mount Diablo. It's coated, and, I have mountain ranges, I call them, because they seem high to me, but they're large hills, right, around here, but our hills are national, forests around here. They all have snow on the peaks. They're lightly dusted. We can see it still. We had a lot of rain last night, which was Tuesday night. And so there we go. See, nicely, easily decorated. So when we have a nice signature inside it, the front and the back is all ready to go. Okay. And then, once I figure out what page I want, we've got this cute guy to start off with right off the bat. So, anyway, those are done. So, it's just been ridiculously crazy. So, in the inside, as you see, I did get the lace all the way around to sort of hide a little bit of that yellow. And then, I was making cute little things. I was just finding cute things to design and play with. These are the ones that I tried to print on a cream marbled paper, and I did remove a lot of it. Makes it harder to see the tea dye and some of the lace, but they were still pretty colors, and I know I'm going to insert them into this kit one way or another, so I'm sort of stoked about that. Anyway, so I want to put each one of the pockets have a large tag in it for journaling. So that is a goal here, but to get that to happen, we're going to need to what's it called? Collage this bottom. So as you can see, I sort of got an idea of where I wanted things, and I'm going to flip them out and open so I can see exactly what I got going, so I can cover all areas. Yeah, that's the only thing about this one side, the way it folded. It's definitely goopy when I'm not expecting it to be. But that's okay. Let's make sure we're still doing okay. I'm not too tough. Perfect. All right. So I got about 45 minutes to go. Okay. On way before 11. All right. Oh, it's freezing. So it's a little noisy, or you can hear a little bit of a hum in the background. I'm so sorry. It is my heater. I said I'm in the garage, so I'm freezing if I don't. I'm like, I'm so cold if I don't. The house is, I don't know. The fireplace is not keeping up, and it's getting a little complicated. Now, these pages that I cut off, the edges of these guys are not quite long enough, so these things are going to have to collage over to where they go sort of, they need a bump. They need to go over the line on some of these things and, work together. So we're not going to assume a perfect right down the middle for most things. And it is going to fold up, so I don't mind a little bit showing, but we're going to have to work on that. But yeah, we'd collage with you guys, get this done. Top and bottom. I think anywhere the seam is going to be up here, I need to stress, but wait for the rest of it, I think, because it may not even show. Got my glue this time, all good there. But yeah, we have been dealing with snow, or not snow, but I mean like a lot of rain, and the weekend was definitely more, and Friday and the weekend was definitely more rain than, come on. It's been in the house, but the house hasn't been that warm. Yeah, it's been more rain over the weekend than we expected. Monday had a lot of rain. Where's my pen? I just took it out in front of me. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I went to go to my mom's house real quick and to drop some stuff off, and I was talking to her, and then next thing I know, it's like pouring, and of course me, silly me, thinking, oh, I'm just stopping by for a moment. I leave my cell phone and my jacket, my umbrella, all in the car, not realizing it's gonna, I knew they said it would rain on and off throughout the day, but like, I wasn't really paying attention, I guess. I was out of it. And so, like, I couldn't even get to the car. I was like, yeah. I'm like, I guess I'm staying put for a while. Dad's like, well, I'll run out and get food if you want to hang for a while. And I'm like, well, if you're going to the car, at least get my phone, maybe my jacket, so it lays up a little bit. I can try to escape. It was good, though. I just got to hang out with my parents. I hadn't seen them during the whole break, and Mom had been sick beforehand, and then the kids were home with the break, and it was bad weather, so we didn't, no one left the house. So it was funny. I was just like, well, I'll hang out with Mom and Dad for the day, and then but then I had to leave. Like, I had no choice. I had to leave at one point because I definitely, now I know it looks funny. It seems upside down, but when we folded, this is upright. I wanted it that way. Why was I even using that? I don't know, now that I'm thinking about it. I'm not sure why I was going to cover it up. Except that I just wanted to, I think I just wanted to collage something, but I don't really need to. I don't know if I was going to cut it off though, because I think I'd rather have that dimension here than all this on the bottom. I don't mind cutting that off. So let's, I think we're going to keep to that ripped on the bottom just in case. So I'll get the deckled out and see if I can take a little off. I'm like, yeah, I don't know what I was thinking on that one. I wanted some collaging, but I don't know if I'm going to have a lot of it, so let's see, how much do we need? I know that one I have to take the top off, but I would want the distressed edge on this end, so let's go there maybe. I don't know, me and my precise measuring here. Let me put a thumb mark in there and see how that works. Yeah. So yes, okay, now if you're not in California and marveling at the concept of snow and, you know, at the end of February, which has been 4 years since we've had any, this kind of, not even this kind of snow. I mean, like, 4 years ago, yes, we had a day or two where it ended up on the snow ended up on the mountainside here, and I was like, oh, isn't that pretty? We all got excited, and we drove up to the, you know, as far as we could, so we could sort of peek at it or whatever, but I don't know, it doesn't seem like, you know, it's been 4 years since that, and it's been 16 years since we had it where driving south, we found snow on the hillsides all the way to our new home. And, it was like, oh my gosh, why not? So, yeah, 16 years ago we moved, or 17 years, I was just realizing, and 17 years in March, and we moved south, and it hailed that morning. My brother was coming over Pacheco, and he couldn't get over one of our little passes, which seems low, but it's above it's above 1,000 feet, and snow had hit there, so he couldn't get. He had to go around and meet us down. I'm like, oh bummer. And he's like, I have to meet you elsewhere, and I'm like, yeah, isn't that convenient? I was getting a hard time. I'm like, you just didn't want to help load up the truck. I get it. So of course I made him, you know, unload on the other end, but I was like, you're helping on the other end, bud. So funny. We were giving him a hard time. But yeah, no, it's been a while since we've had any really severe amount of snow on our little hillsides. So, but if you're anywhere else, let's see. I was watching one of my HGTV ladies on Instagram, and they were talking about, you know, if spring's going to be anything like February, it's going to be nice or something like that. And her little girl's sitting in a sleeveless thing on a tricycle, and I'm like, okay, well, some parts of that was Mississippi. I'm like, well, Mississippi's warm right now. I don't know about everywhere else. I know a lot of places we're still sort of in that snow, you know, cold and snow. I don't know. I'm going to fold this down for a second and see. Doing all right, I think, and I know it has to be up there pretty tight. So once I glue it down, we're just going to really distress it, and it'll just keep up with. I mean, there's a little bit down here. If I really get it up where I need it to be, I don't want the yellow show in too much on this end. So that's sort of the thing, is if I could get it up where I want it. That's just going to show no matter what I do. I'm really going to have to glue that down really well, which I do worry about, because I feel like if I get it there, how much is on that side? Yeah, no matter what we do, we seem to be having a lot of, I'm really going to have to work on getting that glued down and folded, and hope we don't see too much on the other side. Really going to have to work on that. Not a bad thing. It's just not a, not a thing either. Alright, so we're going to do this, so that way I'm just covering everything, and then, you know, cutting off whatever we don't need to keep it. I want the roundness of it. I still want all those little tidbits. And I am going to distress that side. I know it's going to glue over, but I sort of wanted a little bit of a collagey look, but I don't want it too messy either, though. Alright, so once we're done with this, we'll put together the waterfall. Now, I don't have a whole lot of information on it. It's really pretty simple. Rhoda did do a quick tutorial about 4 days ago, I guess, by the time you guys see this, with her in her fairy journal. So she does it, and then she got it from a paper crafter card maker. I guess she saw it about a year ago, but she went searching for it and found it. So you can look at hers. I couldn't find the video, but I feel like Rhoda did a pretty good job at keeping it really simple. So yeah, you want to, I'll go over my version or my attempt, and then if you want any more information, you can always check hers out in case hers makes more sense. I hate when I just did that. I don't know why I even bothered. It bugged me, I guess. So there you go. See, like here it is, you know, that's that. But when we cover it, we'll have nice pockets to, you know, deal with. So I don't know, when we sew down the signatures in both spots, that will nail down the pockets. I don't think I want to glue here because I think it's going to make it a little harder to fold. So I don't think I'll glue them here. We're just going to glue them here on the edges. And now we're going to cut. We're going to cut and cut and cut. So more scraps. The scraps never end. But like I was looking at the scraps, and for the next project we're going to work on, I know that, you know, I need a scrap. So it's good to have. I'm just learning to leave them out and keep adding them to whatever project I'm working on. Instead of going, well, I want it for just this, or I want it for just that. And I'm like, I'm not going to keep it per project. I'm just going to, it's like rounding it, but I'm going to cut it. And there's a little bit right there. I guess I didn't quite cover it. Maybe I'll find a little piece to continue to collage with. Alright, how are we doing here? So yes, how is the weather treating you? We are finally into March. Today is for you will be the 2nd of March. Sort of an odd day, but the day I'm filming is, of course, the 1st of March. Woohoo! I'm so stoked. End of my birthday month. Yay! Me and Rhoda both. And I don't know, probably many others. I have my mother-in-law is a March baby, and I've got other members of his family that are in March. My husband's. And then, but yeah, technically Thursday is his 6-month anniversary since he's passed. Which I just can't believe it's been 6 months. That is just crazy to me. Feels like yesterday, but it also doesn't, right? It's absolutely baffling on both ends. I just don't know. It is baffling. I think because of the holidays, it did eat up a lot of time pretty quickly. And then, oh, that's what I was going to do. I was going to put it down the side. Okay. I think I now remember what I was going to do. That works. I'm like, now I know what I was going to do with that strip. I was going to try to change something to make sure this was going across long enough. But I think just for detail work, we're going to do it. Yeah, 6 months. That's pretty... I was going to do this to help maybe break it up or continue on with it. So we had this sort of... I could even do it at a part. Like, just make it... Do little things to sort of collage it and not be... Because I wanted to put these guys in the corner, too, maybe, of this one. So we'll do some interesting little mishap. Let's do a little mishap. I don't want to cover it, but I don't want to not. I don't like the fact there's this tiny bit of yellow, so I either need to cut the... I think I'm going to cut the circle. I wonder if... Probably not. I was wondering if I could get the hole puncher, the roundness in there. But because it's not a perfect rectangle, I don't know if I can. Yeah, see, it won't let me get in there. Okay. Thought I'd try. You never know. GG. So, yeah, it's weird, but we're gonna make the most of it. So, new month, new season, waiting for the excitement of spring. At least Phil the groundhog was correct for once. I love when he's in New York and he tells us, yeah, we're gonna have 6 more weeks of winter, or spring's gonna be early, and we look at him crazy here in California because we're like, sure. But for once, the silly prediction was actually sort of on it. I'm like, sort of on it. I'm like, we actually have, I think, the potential of continued something here. Winter has definitely not left us. I don't know about everywhere else, but it hasn't left us here at all. We're getting more winter now, I think, than we actually got in December and January. Well, January we flooded. So, California flooded in many interesting areas. So, I'm like, no, we did get rain in end of January, early February. And we're going to finish February with snow and rain. It rained actually really good last night. It rained sort of like Monday. Again, last night, it rained really good. I mean, we had high winds, though, to go with it. It was a little freaky. I'm up late because I was like, I don't know if I want to sleep to that right now. There we go. I like that. Just a little something there. So I filled something here. Now, this is where I was hoping I had these corner pieces of some bits and pieces from what we were doing. So I was sort of debating on doing a weird just cluster, but now that seems a little eh. I'm like, yeah, maybe not. Doesn't mean I couldn't later decorate that pocket, but for right now, I think I'm just going to put those aside. No point overdoing it. I like this little piece. I don't know why. Like, I don't know why I like this piece. And I can't think to find a place where it, like, maybe just sits interestingly. I want to put it somewhere. Because it's irritating. Not irritating me, but it's forcing me. Like, I want to do something with it. I don't know. I'm being weird. I think I'm just being weird. I don't know. Unless I bounce it off this one, which would make it look like it went to this side a little bit. We can do that. Why not? Okay, hopefully you guys can see that. I'm like, I'm not off the camera. I did zoom back, making sure that helps. I think I finally got everything dialed in. Haha. I think I got it dialed in now. But yeah, you guys had a great response. Thank you all for watching the little video about the name tag. Hopefully if I tagged you, you continued on. Tag new people. Because it's nice to, it's like a way to follow back. It's a way to find new subscribers. It's a way to, you know, maybe you have somebody on your list that you watch but don't know if anybody else watches. And you're like, well, why don't I should be sharing this? Why not, right? So we're going to make sure that presses down and that. See, this is the only thing right down at the bottom. I got too far down, and it comes up, but it's not supposed to. Oh, gosh. I need to decide to do that pocket ASAP. That is for sure. Because where this lines up, this doesn't line up with that. When I originally folded it, everything's folded. We do not have the same spot. And that might be a problem. So again, it's really going to pertain to... where this folds up. Higher I have it up, the better chance I think I have of it. So I'm sort of pressing down on the fold of the envelope, which is fine because then it does give it a feel that it goes past what I did. But yeah, it's really going to require a lot of glue to get this puppy to stay where I want it to stay, and hope that I might have to trim it and glue it back down once it's all glued in place. Depends where this lays. We may have to trim it and re-glue it shut, because that's going to be really annoying. I don't want to see that, and it's, you know, sticking up weird. It's like a piece of hair that just keeps sticking up. You're like, oh, well, that's it. I'm done. It's going bye-bye. It's done with. Because, yeah, I don't really care for that. So, we may very well cut, trim, and re-glue. Okay, anyway. But I won't be able to do that until I get that finished. So, anyway, we are collaged. We are tentatively glued it down for that, so I know that once that's done, I can glue it in. We can start filling in pockets. But there is the cover, base cover. Yeah, we definitely have to fix that. To it, we're just going to figure out this. And I think we're going to use the purple paper behind it, and we're going to put, I think for sure, because I ended up using some purple for other things, but I'm thinking I may just cut the piece of paper now and put it in there and then just decide whether or not. Yeah, I like the idea of the purple, because then whatever, I think I'm going to do a bunch of little flowers in here and see what kind of glitter, and that we're going to make a little ordeal for that. Okay. So what I'm thinking, someone said when we were doing this, she said there was something like the scoring kind of thing, and you just press down and try to give Sue without doing what I just did. Oh my gosh, is what I didn't want to do. Didn't want to put a hole in this one. Trying not to. Because it's do the guesswork, you know. So I may have to put a second pocket behind this one. I was going to try to use that as that pocket piece, but it may not be working in my favor. And can I see? Oh, I can see. Just see the impression. Okay. Which, of course, is not, you know, most of it, but not really. Why is that one even? Oh, folded where the crease was. I don't know. That did not work quite to my favor, and I hate that I'm cutting this smack in the middle of my book. I'm like, really? We're going to go out this way, though. I'll make sure we have plenty of room, wiggle room. I don't want to take any chances there. And let's see. We want to make sure that I have as much purple in each corner as possible. Oh, I see why. Okay. Because where the pocket is here seems really big. That's alright. So I'm glad I cut the extra But you have to be really careful because where it lays, it only has a bit of room both ends. So I didn't quite. But I can't glue it down. Yeah, I'll have to try to glue it, but I want to make sure I can get a pocket in there first. So, okay, well, we're getting there. I feel like that needs to be distressed. Wow. Don't look, that is bugging me. I know we put that piece of paper there, and I'm like, I might decide to extend that out, like with a washi. Maybe I'll do a washi tape or something else. I just feel like it needs to blend in somehow. That, or I got to put something else up here that sort of like covers all of it to make a reason for it. Well, we need to blend that better. Someone did mention they did washi tape or something. I'm like, well, yeah, washi strips all the same, but yeah, I just feel like we need to do something. Whew. All right, my glue is coming up. Yeah, it has a little bit. Yeah, it's perfectly imperfect. It is handmade. It's, come on, glue. There we go. We're gonna my wonky cutting and what's the word? Covering here. All right, and even that. So yeah, once we get it going, it'll be good. We'll get it there. We are getting there. Once it's all done, it will be all fixed. It's just getting through the layers so that you can get to that point. But yeah, if I'm gonna put anything in here now, it's open up. So I'm gonna have to put a double pocket in there. Put another clear pocket in there. Unless I cut this. Oh God, I don't want to do that. So unless I rip this out and then whatever pocket I put in there takes care of all of it. But I can't because I think this is even glued to it. So we'll see. I might trim it out and then put the pocket behind in there so that way it's not loose. We'll see. Anyway, there's at least a purple in there. We got that far. We've got that. So let's move on to an actual project here before I run completely out of time. And so now that you see, now that it's done, we have this one that's going to get sewn in here. And then we're going to have this one sewn in here. Okay. So we close it this way. Hopefully. And then we close it this way. So you open it up. I think you're going to have a signature. You're going to do that. Open it up. Open up, have another signature. I think that's the goal. But I'm a little worried that this one sticks out. Well, it's longer than this, and it's supposed to be. But it is cutting it a little close on this one. So I think when I do the signature, I'm going to have to trim both papers and the edge of the paper down just a little bit. Because this is really going to have a hard time. Like, I'm going to sew this one in, and this one's going to constantly bump up against it once it's sewn. So we'll see. Or we're going to do it this way where, you know, it's all here. But no, that one actually needs to... Well, we're going to try, ladies and gentlemen. Otherwise, the signatures are going to sit inside it. You're going to take it out and just have two signatures that you can pull out. And I really prefer glue. Yeah, we'll see. I'll figure it out. But anyway, that's the tentative plan there. Okay, so now a waterfall journal card thingy. I don't know if there's a name for it. I'll have to go see. It is a waterfall journal card. You can find your favorite journal cards depending on the size of the paper. These are my smaller 6-up. My large 4-up are a little wide and would be tight in my skinny journals, but say if you had a standard 9x6 journal, the larger cards would work. She took an 11-inch piece of paper and cut it down. She didn't say what the width was. I got it down to 1.5 inches. I think if I had the bigger cards, I would definitely go 2.5. I think you need enough width to sort of hold the weight of the cards. Mine's a little short of 11 though. Mine's like 10 3/4 because it is a printed paper and not just cardstock. And I just cut it at 3, folded it down to 1.5 to make it thicker. And she scored at 6.5, 6.5, 7, 7.5, and 8. I went 6 1/4, 3, 7, 6 1/4, 6 3/4, 7 1/4, and 7 3/4. Just because I'm a little shorter, I went a little closer up, and we'll cross our fingers that it works and I didn't just totally screw this up. So because when you do all the scoring, you want the longest tab in the back. That's why you want that 6 1/4 or 6.5 in the back. That's what pulls it. That's what causes the effect. And then the front doesn't have to have a whole lot going on. Now the fun part will be, is this straight and can I score it straight? I'm relying on everything to be straight. Haha. And I really shouldn't, but we'll see. I didn't mark these, so I didn't have to like do all of that with you guys where I'm like, oh my gosh. But we'll give this a shot and see what happens. We'll see. But yeah, definitely if you want a little bit more guidance on anything, because she has a really great simple ordeal. But yeah, 11 inches long. I don't have a width. I think it's more debate based on like the cards that you're using. And then score at 6.5, 7.5, 6.5, 7, 7.5, 8. Because like I said, I came up a little short of that because I knew that I was a little short on my paper. I am using smaller cards. I think she used the slightly bigger journal cards because she's putting on in a bigger journal. Her fairy journal has, it's a full-size journal. I'm doing the skinny journal, so I figured I could get away with the my smaller 6-up journal cards. And mine are already backed. So yeah, Rhoda, she was showing it off in her journal this morning or yesterday, and yeah, this morning she was showing off her journal, all done, her fairy journal, which is awesome. It's so big. The tab, it's a fabric tab journal, and so you can see all the tabs that bind it, and it's super cool. It's huge. I'm like, I so want to try. I don't know if this is gonna work. Oh, my idea of everything, you know me, my folding and my cutting are not straight, so we're gonna give this a shot. And I think you fold them all the same direction, because the whole point is as you pull on it, it should keep popping up the next ordeal. So let's see if I can. My thing is just, can I get them folded right? If I can get them, if everything is somewhat straight and they're folded right, that should do it. But I was stoked this morning. I was like, ooh, I have a project. Besides just clustering and collaging on my cover, I was like, ooh, I actually have a cute little project I'm going to use it. Oh, I can't wait to put it in my... So there you go. So you have 4 little doohickeys, right? First one there. So when you pull it, it should keep flipping up things. So we're going to glue, we're going to glue, we're going to glue, and we're going to glue. Now, she glued. I could glue. The lady she was following did some kind of, she said score tape, but I have a double-sided tape here that is thin enough that I'm going to use just to see if it keeps it, like, helps with the width, like helps with the what's the word? Strength of it, I guess. And I didn't really measure. They probably should have measured them. If I measured them exactly 1.5 inches, it would be fine, wouldn't it? If I measured them at 1.5 inches. But we're going to do just right underneath the score line. Put your tape or your glue. Not a lot, because we're not gluing down the whole card. We just need enough to help it pop out. And she's going to be on the top, and she's going to reveal all these pretty things underneath. So let's see here. Let's see if I can actually measure this a little under 1.5 inches. So that I can, Yeah, right. Yeah, glue would probably be easier. Well, glue might be easier. But, because that one came up short. Oh, yeah. But I think I have a little bit left over on that thing. So, yeah, I don't know. It's double-sided, but it's also, which means one side's always going to be sticky as you're trying to pull it off. So, let's see if I can do this. Oh, so yes, ladies and gentlemen, please come over to Crafters of Jewel Design. It's down below in my links. Come share what you're up to. What have you been up to? What are you creating? Are we creating for Easter? Are we creating just for spring? Are we an everyday doesn't matter journaler? And you have a aesthetic. You have a theme. Some ladies are just shabby. Some ladies are botanical. Some are very woodsy. Some are just like, maybe it's just challenges every day. Whatever it might be, I'm curious, what's up? What have you been creating? I know it's hard for some. Don't always share. Photos are sort of but that's why it's a private group. It's not like the whole world sees it. It's just us. Just my crafters, and there's about 75 or 80 of us, so it's not like there's a lot. But if you follow me here, then I'd love to see what you guys are doing on that end. So now, here's the fun part. Trying to, without putting my hair in there, sort of centered on the thing, get it right up against the score, but not over it, because you need to be able to let it. I did not center that. Not great, but okay. Doesn't matter. It's down, so everyone is going to line up with. Everyone's going to line up after that. Doesn't matter. Well, maybe. What if the glue stayed on the... It had to come over because Eek. Yeah, I would glue. Never mind. Don't even try this. This is a little bit more work than I thought. Really thought this would be easier. And I'm like, I thought this would be easier. But you get to see the possibility, right? What a double-sided tape may or may not attempt or work or do. There we go. I get my fingers off of it, though. So I just varied the, you know, that sort of looked like a cover. And I was going to put that on top, but then the girl, all you could see was the bottom of her dress. And I'm like, well, that don't really work. Not in my sense. Like, I thought, well, that doesn't reveal much. And that's sort of weird. And so I thought, well, no, let's make her the cover, sort of, right? And allow, there we go, perfect, just underneath. Maybe too far, but we'll see. You know, we'll let her be the top for, I know, she's going to go in the same journal that she matches. I was going to put her in the green signature, but with that double-sided pocket flip that Rhoda made, I feel like, well, no, I got to try to keep even my signatures like, I was talking about that. No, wrong one. Why didn't you guys say something? No. Yeah, no, wrong one. They're not quite all cut exactly the same, so they all sit inside each other a little bit, and that is okay. It's part of the waterfall effect, and if it really bugs me, I can start trimming stuff up, but that may have to be the fact that it's just the way it's, Nice things, they're all backed with that creamy lace, so the purple is a little bit more brighter. She did everything in cream, and that did make it more uniform, I think, and a little softer, where it blended a little bit more, so I'm regretting that just a little bit, that I didn't do the cream strip. But I think I'm trying to keep it nice and bright because I don't know what page it's going on yet. So it's more like just sort of covering all bases and going from there. Oh, I think that'll work. Nope. This poor girl. And that's the other thing with the tape. I had maybe a little bit of wiggle room, but there we go. If not, I have to put no tape. Okay. So it's all distressed. It's all there. And technically, if I was pulling this is what it would do, right? Because I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Well, I'm just pushing this up to give the same effect, right? So there's your waterfall. Woo, isn't that pretty? And at some point, yeah, you really can't pull that bottom one up, though. Or does it? Maybe. At some point, I guess it'd go all the way up. It would pop up. Which you don't really get then you don't really get to yeah, you don't. Oh, well, this is going to stay down. So at some point, yeah, that last one doesn't pop up because this is glued down, so it's not going to go up. So I wonder if I goofed on that. I'm wondering if it needed to be up one more. I might have goofed. I'm wondering. No, because that last one, yeah, you wouldn't be able to pop it up if you did it on this one. So, well, we'll see. We'll see if I goofed. So then what you do is you take another band. And now we are going to glue it onto the shorter one in the middle. And then you leave the tab size just enough. You glue that down to the page so that this stays put. But when you pop this up, you pull this, see, yeah, it should waterfall it up. So that's that attempt. Let's get this going. Okay, so we need to do that. So I can still do that. And what I might do, I think I'm just going to do the cream. And then later I can decide to cover this depending on the paper. I may make sure that I have a little extra. It's pretty straight, I guess. She ended up going back and covering her band to match the paper that was behind it, so it blended. So it looked like this whole thing was tucked into something, and then when you pulled it, you know, it stayed put. So right now I think I'm just going to distress it to match everything else, and then if it looks good on the page, then I'll leave it be. If not, I'll cover it with a similar something that matches the page. Because that is what you need to do. So, glue, glue, glue. There we go. Okay. So here's the fun part. I'm like, here's the fun part. We're gonna, I'll show you in a moment here. On the bottom, I guess. So yeah, I don't think you get to glue on the bottom unless I did, like I said, unless I did something wrong, which it might be that, but let's see, it's center you there too. Is it the right side? Yes, okay. Oh, it's hard to tell. I'm like, if not, did I flip that over? I did. Of course I did. I'm like, of course I did. So now I'm probably for sure covering that up. Or I'm leaving it and I'm just distressing. Let me just distress the other side. I know better. I should always distress both sides because I never know what I'm gonna do and goof up. I thank you guys all watching. I had a lot of fun on Tuesday. We got, you know, had a lot of fun in the multicolored journal, multicolored wildflower journal. You know, as we're getting those taken care of and done, I'm really stoked. So we'll get back to that, I guess, next week. So I think we have an envelope page wrap over tuck thing to work on. And all right, so yeah, it's glued that down on this part, and then we glue here and here onto the page, and that helps us keep the skinny side down, and then you just pull out the bottom. But yeah, that doesn't go up, so yeah, it just sort of stops there. I have to go back and look at her thing and see if all four flip up. If all four flip up, then I definitely did something wrong. So check with Rhoda. I mean, it doesn't mean there's nothing wrong with this one not being able to use the underside, but I bet you I goofed somewhere. I'm missing something somewhere. But 3 out of 4 is fine. So you can write on the top of these, right? You can right here, right here, right here, and then you have a pretty underneath. But yeah, I think this was supposed to pop up one more so that you could write on this last one. But this sort of hides the fact that there's this here. So I'm sort of good either way. I think I'm okay with that. I'm like, I think I'm okay. But last but not least is putting this guy on the bottom. Now, you can leave it empty, or like she put something round on the bottom, which I love the fact. Gives it a different feel. So I was going to put this guy on the bottom. I just don't know whether if I want to make it bigger, which... I mean, I was thinking about watercoloring, like using watercolor pencils on this and stuff, and to giving it a green feel. If I felt I needed something bigger, excuse me, I could always go back with it underneath, like do it and then go underneath it to make it a bigger tab. So it just depends on how much of an oomph I want it to have once I actually put it on the page. But for right now, I think I'm just going to put this one down. Okay, well, okay, that wasn't too bad. Maybe there's a slight boo-boo, but... yeah, I wonder if I needed one more. I'm wondering if I needed one more, which I could probably still do. I wonder if I'm just missing, like I don't have enough. I forgot I don't need all of that. I'm wondering if I need one more score. One more score would allow me to pop that up. Okay, I can't really check because of course I'm on my, I'm videotaping on my phone. You know what? I'm just gonna put one more score in there, and let's see if we can possibly do that. Because I would really like to be able to write on all of it. I'm like, why not? So another what? Half an inch? Yeah, they're half-inch increments. Doesn't really matter at this point where, because. So yeah, double check. I may be missing. She may have had 5, and I didn't catch that last number. Maybe she said 6.5 to 8.5, and I missed that part. You always think you got it, and then you realize you don't. And so I just scored the 2 ends, but then I realized I really just need to match it and then just do this. Let's do that. Let's see if that makes a difference. It definitely means, I'm right here on the edge. See, the problem is, though, it will then bump into the bottoms. So if I had more space, it would allow me to. But because it's going to be glued down, I can't go any farther due to the fact the other guys will bump right into it. So nope, it just stops there. It's okay. So it will naturally stop. It won't let me go any farther. And think about that. Yeah, so definitely she have a full 11 inches. And I don't know what else. Like I said, I feel like I'm missing something. I know, I swear she went all 4 of them up. So yeah, I missed something somewhere. But still, I mean, I'm still happy with it. Don't get me wrong. It stops there and, you're good. I almost could. I'm wondering if I should glue it down. I'm tempted to glue this one down to this part. So that is the one thing that doesn't move. And it just stays right there. For me personally. Because it's not gonna... I don't know if I wanted it to pop open, and you can't get under it. And it would definitely help hide more of it. Right? And then I know if it sits here, it stops. So it's just a 3. I think the longer you have your strip, the more you can put on it too. So if I have it going down here, and it just stops right there. I like that idea. I'm going to do that. I'm just like, hides all of this a little bit more and makes it a little more of a, you know, I don't know. I'm liking the idea. Since we know we can't get that last one to actually do anything. So a little trial and error, but that's okay. And with that, then I'll trim this down too. So that we really can hide the fact there's a pulley system here. I'm a little showing. And then too, I don't have to worry about covering that, no matter what page I put it on. So we just see the purple underneath. We see, you know, the other 3. There we go. So a slight rendition, right? I'm all for that. Yeah. Give it a shot. I'm loving it. Something new, something fun. And then when we're doing this, I can always put a little something flat up here to decor it. Make it stick out a little bit more, but still be able to write on the back side without too much bumpiness. Because they're all really pretty, but I can put flat words on them or something. So each one's a little bit more decorated as a journal, as a natural journal card. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. A waterfall journal card piece. I don't know what the naming would be for that. Because we got that there. Then we are going to do a fabric flip. Maybe I'll put the fabric flip in the other one. So on and so forth. It's a little wonky. I'm not perfectly straight on anything, I noticed. Oh my goodness. Wow. I know you guys probably can see that. Not straight. But you know, what can you do? I mean, I can try to fix this a little bit right here. Little things you try to refold. You try to straighten out. But every time this thing opens and closes about 5 times. Who knows? Alright. So once I get some pages going, we will be able to figure out what to do with that. But, so yeah, you know, the idea is to put it on a page, glue down our back page, but just on the corners. I remember I still am only gluing here and here to make sure things don't move around too much. But we're gonna, I think we're gonna put it right here on the bottom. And then we're just gonna, whoop, ta-da. But everything sits just inside the page. So I think it'd be fun. That's going to be a cute thing. Definitely feel like I need to put stuff on it, though. I feel like it feels like it needs to be decorated. Because she bordered each one of her cards with a little bit of color. And since I didn't do that, I feel like a little lace and little things need to be done to this, but still make it writable. So, fun, 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 people. Okay, I don't know what else we have going. Let's see. So I'll put that in there to remember. This one goes with its counterpartner. So yeah, I feel like definitely need some yellow up here. We need a word, or we need something up there. Let's get into the potential of, do we have time? Nope, 53 minutes. We are at it, ladies and gentlemen. I try to keep you right underneath the hour. Always, always, always. So real quick, just to remind you, the Buy Me a Coffee member perk is available now, because now it's March 1st. And we have this tall tip tag, where you glue the pieces together. You have this faux fold-down pocket, large tag pocket. Comes with tags, comes with cards, comes with all the pocket pieces, the ability to tuck things up. There's a video on this that was on Monday night, so you can go back and look at that. So I can always put that in right here if you wanted to click on that real quick. You have the Monday night reveal that shows our Buy Me a Coffee member perk. This is the kit you get if you sign up in March. Of course, you sign up in February, you get this month, and if you sign up now, anytime in March, you'll get this one. And then, of course, that makes it eligible for every kit from here on out. So, go take a peek at that. That link is direct down below. It's right there in the front. It says Etsy, it says Buy Me a Coffee, and then there's the rest of my social links. So you guys don't have to hunt and peck for that. Go straight to the member page in my Buy Me a Coffee. So that makes it really easy. $5 a month gets you a free kit from me every month. That's exclusive to you guys. It's not sitting in another kit. It may be it may be like this is the Garden Botanical Kit, but this element is not sitting in that kit. So you're not getting a duplicate of something you've already bought. You get something you get to add to something you've bought, or if you can't afford the kit, afford maybe the whole kit right now, you get a little something. And there's a lot here. I mean, there's a number of journal cards, there's 2 tags, there's some word labels. You get a nice little kit that you can use. And it's something exclusive to you that no one else gets unless you're a member. So there's that. Like I said, I'll pop that link right here. I'll pop the reveal to this journal here at the end. And yeah, I think I'm going to go work on the, what do you want to call it? We're going to go work on that shaker and make sure I can get that done. Because I want to close this puppy up and hem and haw over it without you guys. And then next time I see you with this one next week, it may be Tuesdays are Wildflower, Thursdays are Botanical Gardens as we finish this up. And next I hopefully have the papers all decided in the journal, in the signatures, so that way, we can start decorating those pages up. So I know that's definitely next. So I was thinking like these guys. I had, well, not that big one, of course. I have some bright colored little flowers. See, this one, yellow one, would be super pretty on that front page because it's just flat enough. Wouldn't that be cute? A little bit of, sorry, I can't. Myself got sidetracked, but that's the whole point, right? A little lace. A little lace in the flower to get that yellow back in there. Yeah, we have to do little bits of things. We have to do some small stuff, words and things on these cards. Not too crunchy because we want to be able to write on them, but I do want something going on there. Okay, so I'll do that. Yeah, I want to put maybe yellows and greens and purple flowers, if I can, maybe as a shaker in that window. What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? I think that would work, right? We're doing, yeah, greens, creams, yellows, purples. So that would be sort of pretty to put some of these guys in there and let them shake around a little bit with some glitter. I really think that's going to be my best bet at this point. So different colors, different shades. Some glitter, some not. We'll do something like this and we'll put them in there. And then, yeah, we'll try to put some flowers in there and a little bit of glitter. It doesn't have to move around a lot, but it has some freestanding elements in the pocket, and then I can glue all that down, so then we don't have to fuss with the cover anymore, and we can figure out how to get those signatures in there. So, okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me and being part of this chaos, and I always think about hardware after the fact, which I have some time, so maybe I can get that in there. I'm all, I was like, do I put that on there? I don't know. We have so much going on with that cover already. I don't know if I want to add anything else, but this is the moment to do it because then, once I got that puppy sealed, it's over with. So, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for following along with me, doing my silly little waterfall. That, like I said, was all inspired by Rhoda at 6666 on Instagram and Rhoda Burks, I believe, on YouTube. She, found it, of course, when she was looking stuff up, but she did a great job, and it inspired me to attempt one. And it's nice and skinny and pretty and using up the kit pieces in a different way and in a different manner in the journal. So I appreciate it. Love you all. Thank you so much for joining along as we took another stab at this, got another set done, got something else going, and I really appreciate it. And we'll see you next week as we probably make another big dent in the wildflower multicolored journal. And that way, after that, we can move on to the next one. So love you all. Thank you so very much for everything and all your support. And I'll talk to you real soon. Bye-bye.